what was the celebration in the Spurs front office on lottery night, Bobby? What was that like?
Well, it's probably a little bit different than the celebration when I was back in New Jersey and we got the number one pick. And no offense to Kenyon Martin, it was a lot different back then than I think what San Antonio was able to do, and certainly luck is involved. But yeah, I mean, generational player. Certainly the impact on the court. I mean, just from the business side also. I mean, you look at ticket sales and revenue, and he fits the mold as far as how this league is progressing here. I think there's still going to be some work for them to do as far as continue to surround him. I think they're going to need to get a center and a point guard. But yeah, I mean, there's a big difference between getting the number one pick this year and certainly number 2 or 3.
Have you ever in your career said about a team drafting a 7'5" guy, they're going to have to get a center? You know what I mean? That's how.
No.
Have you ever said that, Bob?
No, I usually would say, hey, they need a wing.
Right.
Not a center. No, I think, and what you saw too, when he played over in France, especially in the finals, it was almost like the team from Monaco. I'll give you a hockey analogy. They basically sent out the third line goon to basically get physical with Victor and push him away from the basket here.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to find it a lot easier in this league here because I do think there's going to be some protection, and I think the wear and tear in that league. I mean, it's basically call your own over there, where I think the refs will probably protect him a little bit more here.
How about that? Bobby Marks here on the Rich Eisen Show. So clearly the decision and the drama tonight will rest as to Charlotte's decision, number 2 overall. And no surprise, reports coming out right now that they're still deciding. What do you think they are talking about in their meetings today, Bobby?
Yeah, I mean, I think, one thing I would say is if you can't get cute when you're picking at 2 and 3. And what I say meaning cute is that you can't fall in love with a prospect all of a sudden because he comes in and does a 1-on-0 workout. And he, certainly Scoot had a really good workout, and I think Brandon Miller had a really good workout. But I think, certainly Scoot's year at the G League night was very uneven, a lot of injuries here. And I know Brandon Miller struggled down the stretch here. I think certainly fit. If we draft Scoot Henderson, how does he fit with LaMelo Ball? I think the same conversation is having with Portland. Certainly when you have Damian Lillard here and you put basically 2 point guards together, I think it's character. How does this player fit long term within our organization, whether it be Henderson or Miller? Certainly coachable. So there's a lot of different factors here, but I would say the one thing you can't get, I guess, cute about is this biting you in the rear end a couple years from now, as far as if Brandon Miller is the best available player and you go guard here. Because for an organization that has, I call it the bingo card tonight, 5 draft picks, 2 in the first, 3 in the second, it's the most important draft in franchise history for them. I mean, plain and simple here. And so there's a lot of conversations. Usually by now, Rich, you already have that decision made. I mean, it shouldn't be leading up until, the 12th hour.
So who would you take if you're Charlotte?
I would go Brandon Miller. I think just, certainly I've been a big wing, 6'9". Went in there twice. First workout was fair. He was coming off mono, so he went from 205 to 192 since the end of the season here. I just look at him, the ability to play multiple positions here. I think the ability to create his own shot. I think it gives you some protection. You've got, Miles Bridges and PJ Washington, who are restricted free agents here, and I think he will be the better pro down the stretch. Now, here's the big thing: is who goes at 7 or 8, 5 years from now, and this could be actually the better pro, whether it be Cam Whitmore from Villanova or Jarris Walker from Houston. I mean, that's usually how it shakes out.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.